Hello, Susan. Thank you so much for coming today. Ken told me all about you previously, but once I met you in person, I was shocked that you were such a delightful woman. I had no idea. To think that such a wonderful woman is going to marry my son, it's like a dream come true. I'm very happy for you two. You two make such a splendid couple. I'm absolutely sure my late husband is smiling down on the two of you from heaven. I wish you and Ken the happiest life going forward. And please don't hesitate to stop in for a visit again anytime you like. Thank you very much, but can I say just one thing? I would prefer that this be the last time we meet. Excuse me? I have no intention of visiting your home during Christmas or Thanksgiving. I'll have Ken go over there when it's absolutely necessary. Let's not associate with each other. If that's okay with you, I would much rather prefer that. I'm sorry, but are you serious? Can I ask why? I'm sorry, did I do something that may have offended you in any way? No, nothing like that. I married Ken, is all. It's not if I married the whole family. I just don't want all the baggage. We have no blood relations, which makes us total strangers. All I ask is that we keep it separate. I don't need the hassle of all this family relationships and so forth. It gets a bit stressful, don't you think? So let's keep all future interactions to a minimum. I'm going to shut off my line unless it's absolutely necessary. So, if you need something, please go through Ken, would you, please? But just because Ken is your oldest son, please don't rely on him too much. I will invite you to the wedding, but I must warn you right now, don't make yourself heard too much. This is our wedding, after all. You do understand, right? Yes, of course. That's what she told me. I was pretty shocked, as you can imagine. Did I do something to offend her, maybe? Was Susan angry at me for something?
Oh yeah, right, about that. I forgot all about that. No, she's not angry or anything. She's just being a little overly cautious, that's all.
Overly cautious? Really? You mean she's self-conscious or something?
No, nothing like that. It's just that her dad's grandma and her mom didn't really get along very well. Apparently she witnessed the feud between those two all while growing up, as far as I know. She and her mom have no contact with her grandmother anymore. So you can imagine her negative attitude toward family relationships such as with you and Susan. It's not about you, Mom. Nothing to do with her liking or disliking you.
I see. So that's what this is all about. No wonder she seemed so hostile. I have no antagonistic feelings toward her in the least. I suppose it's a form of trauma, huh?
Exactly. I suppose you can say that. After she settles into married life for a while and gets used to being around you, she'll probably relax her guard and everything will be normal, I hope. It's not a problem for you, is it? You got Caroline and her husband, not to mention your grandkids, just living down the street. If there's a problem, just call Caroline, right?
Yeah, I suppose. Caroline and the kids keep me pretty busy. I don't have a problem with that, but it just seems kind of unsociable. After all, we are family. She seems like a nice person. I just thought we could have closer ties.
Yeah, well, she's that way, so what can I say? She'll come around eventually. Our families are not exactly alike. She had a tough time growing up. On the other hand, we had a pretty normal life, I suppose. Just as long as you can sit there at the wedding and not make any unnecessary comments, she'll be okay.
Yeah, well, under the circumstances, I suppose I can manage. All I want is for you guys to be happy, that's all. I don't want to disrupt it in any way. I hope she understands that. And I hope she comes around after you guys settled in.
Yeah, I suppose we just have to wait and see. Anyway, thanks for today. I'll contact you again once we get the wedding schedule all figured out.
Mother? What the hell was that all about? Are you out of your mind or something? Oh, hello, Susan. It's been a while, hasn't it? Oh, and congratulations. I was elated to hear from Ken that you gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, and you just came back from the hospital. So glad that it all went well. I really cannot believe you, Mother. You act as though you're so concerned. I can see right through you. How could you send such a thing? Excuse me? Acting concerned? I'm not acting. I am concerned. And what are you talking about, this thing? I'm talking about the baby clothes and the envelope of money. That thing. What the hell were you thinking sending me such a thing? Susan, I really don't know what you mean. I just thought it was an appropriate gift. Just something to congratulate you on giving birth. That's all. I really wasn't sure what to get, so I figured a monetary gift and some baby clothes. I'm sorry, I wasn't sure of your taste, but I picked out something that was pretty basic. Did you not like it? You finally revealed yourself, haven't you? Sending such cheap clothes and money, trying to worm your way in and see your grandson? Pretty sneaky. This baby is our son, not yours. And I bet when you heard it was a boy, you wanted him for yourself. Well, that's not going to happen. I know what you're going to say next. Someone to take over the family, or some crap like that. Am I right? Pardon me. That was certainly not my intention. I didn't think you would use such underhanded tactics. I almost got comfortable because you've been so quiet for the past 3 years. Boy, was I wrong. Did you really think I would be duped into your little scheme with these cheap baby clothes? That's what I was worried about. An obsessive mother. I assure you, that was never my intention. It was just a simple gift for your baby. I didn't want it to be too extravagant. Thought you would take it wrong. As a matter of fact, I just found out it was a boy. I don't want to hear any of your rationalizations. He's not your grandson. Can't you get that through your head? He's not going to be taking over that family or anything like that. Just so you know, just because you brought Ken up as a single mother does not mean our child will take over your family. Not much of a family to take over anyways. Susan, I have never thought that at all. I couldn't even imagine thinking such a thing. You got me all wrong, Susan. I can't understand why you would think that of me. Playing the victim now, huh? I can read you like a book. You send a gift and money. That only means you want something from me. You wouldn't do this for free. I know the little game you're playing. Curry favor with us, and when you grow old and can't walk anymore, you want us to look after you. That's it, isn't it? I'm not going to fall for your little trick. Don't you dare think you can put one over on me. As for those baby clothes, I dumped them in the garbage. My parents are going to buy me whatever I want. Better quality clothes. Pardon me, are you serious? How could you? I was only... I would prefer that you not meddle in our lives. No matter how you try to pander us, we will never have any family interaction with you. Keep that in mind. And I will tell you this right now, I have no intention of looking after you when you get old. You're not seeing our children either. As a matter of fact, It would be preferable if you did not interact with Ken anymore either. Please, Susan, listen to me. You've got me all wrong. Can't you just give me a little time to explain myself? No, I don't want to hear it. There is nothing more for us to talk about. Just forget about us. Make like we never existed. Goodbye.
Mom, what the hell are you up to? Susan just got out of the hospital and was finally able to relax. I wish you wouldn't upset her like that. She needs to rest.
I have no idea why she's so angry at me. All I did was send her some gifts and a little money. I think she just put a block on me. I tried contacting her, but there's no response.
I told you not to interfere with her life. She's real sensitive about all that. You do remember me talking about that, right? Did you really have to send that gift? Just leave us be, Mom. Actually, she thinks it's some kind of ploy. I'm starting to think so too.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Come on, Mom. Don't sound so innocent. So, Susan was right about this all along. There was $5,000 in that envelope. What is it that you really want from us, Mom? Don't tell me you're trying to buy our son from us, are you, Mom? Because no way that's happening. Or do you want us to feel duty-bound to you and worm your way into living with us? That's it, isn't it? Did you really think that $5,000 would buy you a grandson and a home to live in and eventually us taking care of you? We can see right through your scheme, Mom.
Ken, how can you even say or think that about your own mother? I've been very patient for the past few years, but what you're saying is absolutely irrational. Please explain it to me from the very start. I just can't wrap my head around why you two are acting the way you are.
Yeah, okay. You may be right. This may be a good time as any to explain things to you. Also, I want you to know what I've been holding back for God knows how long. It all boils down to me being brought up by a single parent.
Excuse me?
I grew up without a father. My childhood growing up was a depressing time for me. Did you even know that? We grew up poor too, and that sure wasn't easy. I was so ashamed of not having a father. I was bullied constantly at school about that. I had a tough time growing up, and it was all your fault. Even after I left home, you insisted that I support you financially. Although it wasn't much, it was your way of manipulating me, never giving me the freedom I craved. And what do you do after I get married? You worm your way into my family and start snooping around and trying to control us. Always trying to manipulate things your way. It always has to be your way. Susan's parents never try to interfere in our affairs. At all.
Ken, am I hearing you right? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I can't stand being manipulated by you. No more. This ends here. I don't consider you my mother. You never did anything that would merit such a title. I would much rather that we cut all family ties. I consider Susan's parents as my real true family. I no longer want anything from you, and I don't plan on supporting or interacting with you ever again. That also means we won't allow you to see our son. Have a good time living at the old folks alone and with nobody to take care of you. I hope you'll think long and hard about how you treated me all these years. Don't ever, and I mean ever, interfere in our lives again.
I understand. I had no idea you felt that way about me. Because I brought you up as a single parent, you no longer consider me your mother and you want to cut all ties with me? You feel I sent you a gift and money for the sole purpose of tricking you into supporting me in my final years? Is that it? That's why you've been acting this way?
That's exactly what I'm saying. So don't ever show your face in our home again. You got that?
I hear you loud and clear, Ken. If that's the case, would you vacate the place you're living in now then?
Huh? Say again? Why will we do that? Are you talking about the apartment we're living in right now? This place?
That's right. If you insist that you don't want my support or anything to do with me, I want you out of that apartment. ASAP.
Like I said, why would I do that? Are you crazy? I've been living in this apartment since I was in college. I've always lived here. You have no right to kick me out of here.
That's where you're wrong, Ken. That apartment you guys are living in, I own that apartment.
Excuse me? You own this apartment?
That's right. I bought it about 10 years ago. The whole place belongs to me. You can check if you like.
No way. That's not true. You're making that crap up.
It's true. I can show you the deed. Because I own the place, you guys are able to live there for half the usual rent. When you started living alone after entering college, it was me who found you that apartment. You do remember that, don't you?
Yeah, I remember, but you never told me you were the owner. That can't be right. How could that be? Where do you even get that kind of money?
Where? I worked for it, that's where. Although the company isn't that big, I am the president of a small apparel company. I do have a bit of income.
What? The owner? The president of a clothing company? That's a barefaced lie. How could you, my mother, own an apartment, much less be the president of a clothing firm? Come on, Mom. Don't give me that crock. Anyways, we've been poor all our lives. You were always working, always tight-fisted, money conscious about everything. You always had the neighbor babysit me and Caroline growing up, for God's sakes.
What neighbor? Oh, you mean Mrs. Lopez? The one who used to come over when you were kids? She wasn't a neighbor. She was a housekeeper I had hired.
Huh? A housekeeper?
Yes, that was when you were just kids. It was about a year after your father passed away. The apparel company that I had established was in full swing. I hired Mrs. Lopez to take care of the house chores and babysit you guys. The neighbor you're talking about? You must mean Mrs. Lopez.
Are you for real, Mom? You hired a housekeeper? We weren't that well off that we could hire a housekeeper.
Why did you even think we were poor? I never considered us poor. I never put you through hardship while growing up. Did you ever not have enough to eat or have the proper clothes when needed? I provided all that to you. And you don't remember all the trips we went on. How about those weekend trips to the amusement park or the zoo? Don't tell me you forgot all that. I made sure you went to the best schools, the schools you wanted to go to, that private school you went to. All your uniforms or whatnot were brand new, no hand-me-downs. You were able to pursue any sport or hobby you wanted. And what about college? Who do you think paid your tuition? You didn't have a scholarship to fall back on. And I've never received any kind of support from you, despite what you say. As a matter of fact, it was me that supported you. When did I ever take from you?
Huh? Well, I was just... Ever since Susan learned that I grew up in a single-parent home, well, she said that it must have been hard living in poverty and not having a father. Always being manipulated by my mother, she felt sorry for me. She'd always repeated this and sympathizing with me. That's when I started to realize that I was brought up poor. At least that's what I thought. I'm not sure what to think anymore.
It seems Susan got it in her head that a single parent means being poor. You never experienced a normal family like Susan had, so you believed everything she said. I was wondering why you suddenly had this fierce animosity toward me. Now I get the whole picture.
Mom, I'm really sorry. It was just that, now that you mention it, you did pay my college tuition. And you sent me an adequate allowance on a regular basis. I never had any money problems. As a matter of fact, I was living better than most of my friends. But like an idiot, I forgot about all that. I was such a jerk to believe that crap. Please forgive me, Mom.
There is no need to apologize. As a matter of fact, I feel relieved now that I know the real reason why you and Susan were acting this way toward me.
Mom, thanks for understanding.
Let's get back to what we were talking about the apartment. From next month, I'm going to ask that you pay the normal rent just like everyone else there.
Huh? Wait, what? Well, why?
Why? You don't need my help anymore, right? If you want to continue living there, well, just pay the usual rent. That's all I'm asking. If you can't do that, you're just going to have to move out.
Wait a second, Mom. I just finished explaining everything to you. So why? It was all just one big mistake. So let's just get back to how it's always been. I apologized, didn't I? You said you were relieved for Pete's sake.
I was just relieved to hear the reason you were mean. That has nothing to do with the apartment. After you said all those awful things to me, that you didn't think of me as your mother, that you wanted to cut all ties with me. Oh, and you were embarrassed that you grew up without a father, and that was my fault. Remember saying that? Then you do a flip-flop and say you're sorry and everything is back to square one. I'm sorry, but that sounds way too disrespectful. It just doesn't fly, Ken.
Yeah, but I explained all that.
Words are like bullets, Ken. They can injure people. There is no reversing it. My patience has reached its limit. And as you wish, I will cut all ties with you. No more support from me going forward. Just so you know. And when the time comes, I plan to leave everything. The company, home, and that apartment you're living in, right now, to Carolyn and her family. And about taking care of me in my senior years. I already arranged everything in that regard, so no worries there. You don't have to return all the money I sent you during college or that money I sent you last week for the baby.
Wait, Mom, please. You can't do this to us. Apartment rent. We just had a kid, for God's sakes. We can't afford to pay more for rent, much less move out.
What are you saying? Where'd that aggressive attitude go? You were all set on going in on your own. You didn't want my help.
Please, Mom, forgive me. I was totally out of line. You can't do this to us.
I am sorry, son. I already made up my mind. Talk the rest over with your wife. Hello, Mother. This is Susan, your daughter-in-law. I'm so sorry for all the trouble we've caused. Ken explained everything to me. I had this negative perception of you. A total skewered viewpoint, to say the least. I was so rude to you. How can I ever make amends for how I treated you? The past years must have been hell for you. Please forgive me. Hello, Susan. Thanks for contacting me. I know you're very busy with your son and all, but there is no need for you to apologize. Think nothing of it. You must be drained after your stay in the hospital. You should get plenty of rest. So calm down. I will not be interfering in your affairs any longer. Rest assured. Please, don't say that. I know this is asking a lot, but please give us one more chance. I'll go over there and apologize in person. Let me explain everything to you. That it was all just a simple misunderstanding. I'll bring your grandson with me too. You do want to meet your grandson, right? Please, I'd rather you didn't. I'd prefer it that we not interact. I haven't seen you for 3 years. Not since the wedding. I don't even recall what you look like. I'm not in the mood to meet people I don't know very well. It's just stressful for older folks. And about bringing your baby, I really must decline. Pardon me? You don't want to see your grandson? If you cut ties with us, that means you won't be able to see your grandson forever. Well, I've got 4 grandkids right next door at my daughter Caroline's place, so I think I'll be fine. Besides, that's your child, right? You said he was not my grandson. You did say that, right? Yes, I did say that, but that was because... Also, using your child as a pawn to lure a poor grandmother in? Kind of despicable, wouldn't you say? That really was not my intention. I'm really guilt-ridden over all this, ashamed that I even acted that way. And about the clothes and money you sent as a gift, I know it's kinda late, but I really appreciate your thoughtfulness. I'm sorry about the baby clothes. Oh, the baby clothes I sent. Yes, those. You threw those cheap things out, right? I must thank you. Those baby clothes were made at my company. I already reprimanded the staff for their shoddy workmanship. Wait, that was made at your company? Yes, it must have been embarrassing for you to receive such substandard baby clothes. My daughter loved them, so I figured you would too. I'm to blame. Please accept my apologies. No, please don't say that. They weren't cheap at all. They were wonderful, the perfect gift. Please, I don't know what to say. All I can do is apologize. Ever since I was a child, I watched my mother get bullied by my grandmother. I was not treated all that well by her either, always being reprimanded for one thing or another. Once I got married, I thought I would be treated the same way. Maybe even have my child taken from me. I was just so scared. I just wanted to protect my family. I was adamant about not getting pulled into that kind of situation again. I understand what you went through and that your grandmother was an awful person. We all encounter such people in our lives. But I'm not the same person as your grandmother. Not a mother-in-law or some such label you prefer to apply, but a human being. It's very emotionally distressing to be treated in such a way without knowing the reason why. It leaves a person traumatized. Please forgive me. I did say those things without even knowing you at all. It's an unforgivable thing I did to you. My perspective was totally skewered. I beg your forgiveness. There is no need to apologize any further. I also would prefer that you not visit and apologize in person. I'm also worried about your health after what you went through. I need to get things sorted out. Let's just keep things as it is for the time being, and maybe we'll talk after a while. Yes, I understand. Okay, then take care of yourself, Susan. I received a letter from Susan soon after. She repeated her apologies and explained why she acted the way she did. I was even paid a visit by her parents, whom I had never actually met, apologizing on her behalf. After a while, I relented to her constant apologies and felt she was sincere, and we came to a mutual understanding. But it was Ken that would not give up. He was set on trying to get me to financially support him, that he resorted to coming over late at night and trying to persuade me to change my mind. He even resorted to practically kidnapping his child from Susan and driving over 2 hours to our home in an attempt to curry favor with me. He even turned on his wife, blaming her for turning on his mother in the first place. In the end, it was Ken that caused trouble for both Susan and myself. But on his last attempt at trying to persuade me, Susan stopped him and severely reprimanded him for his ways. She was eventually able to get him to see the light, but the whole incident caused Susan to contemplate divorce. And after a few years, that's exactly what happened. Ken is currently living alone somewhere, with no rights to see his child, only burdened with child support payments. Susan was wrong in having such a negative perspective of me, but she paid the price for that and made amends for her mistake. It was Ken that was the problem. His emotions took over and he was not able to stop until he got his way, which eventually led to his demise. As for my relationship with Susan, we maintained a cordial relationship through the years, and even exchanged Christmas cards and birthday greetings every year. Recently, we got together for my grandson's birthday party. I think we've started an amiable relationship. I actually enjoy her company.